All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Graygrie Show. We're here again with another interview. And today we have Eboni. Eboni's a longtime family friend. And today we're going to talk about, well, we don't know. Whatever comes to mind. So, without further ado, let's get the ball rolling. Eboni, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming by. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
It's awesome. So, hey, I know it's a long ride for you over here. And you're a busy person, so your time means everything to me, so I appreciate it. Coming off an old man and hanging out and doing the show.
I'm excited.
I'm glad you are. I'm excited too. Mm-hmm. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Just tell the folks a little bit about yourself and what you like to do. First, let me back up. Because I've known Eboni literally since the first day she saw light on this planet. Literally, like the day you came out, I wasn't in the room, but I was in the building, and I was like, "Oh, Eboni's here. Let's go get something to eat." So it's been a long time, and no, it's great to see you growing up. You grow up to a lovely young lady, doing great things for yourself, and it's good to see that. So a lot of people can't say that about a lot of people. A lot of kids they watch grow up. So I'm prappy. Prappy is not a word. Happy and I'm proud to say that.
Thank you.
So, you've been around different cities. You've been here in the city.
I love to travel.
Different places. You've been everywhere. You've been some places I want to go. California, San Francisco, or
San
Diego. The other sand.
Yeah, San Diego, the less expensive.
The lesser expensive the two.
It's really expensive, but like San Francisco is like double the amount of like everything in San Diego. Like I had a condo a mile away from the ocean, beautiful. I paid like $2,200 a month. That same exact condo in San Francisco would be $4,000.
Wow, what a coincidence! What a coincidence! Because I had a student loan that was $2,200. No, I'm kidding. But see, it's a mile away from the ocean, though.
Yes.
I mean, you
can smell the water coming off the freeway.
I was gonna say, of course, you got to be able to smell the water. You can see it. You can hear it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it's got to be worth it a little bit.
Everybody walks around. Yeah, like even people, like we got nice cars and stuff, but California, everybody is very active, so they like to walk around and. Like my grocery store is like a mile away from my house, so I would walk to the grocery store.
It's a different. I'd imagine it's obviously it's vastly different. It's a complete 180 from Michigan.
Oh yeah,
because
70-degree weather all year round. Like that's my favorite part.
Yeah, and that's why it costs $2,200 a month.
The closer you are to the ocean, the more expensive. The further you are away, like. More east is less expensive. Location.
I mean, property and location. That's the driver for it. So I mean, hey, I think it's something that everybody, if given an opportunity, should definitely take advantage of. There are a lot of people, myself included, who've never actually stepped foot in the ocean. So I understand it here that it is a humbling and almost. I won't say mystical, but it's almost like a spiritual feeling to go to the ocean. It puts your place on the planet in perspective. You know, when you see something so powerful, so big, and that you realize, wow, I'm not the center of the universe. This is bigger than it. Kind of grounds everything for you.
It's so beautiful, and everybody really, really takes care of the beaches and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can go to jail, get fined and stuff like for littering, and you can't drink, like you can't bring beers and stuff on the beach, and cigarettes and stuff like that. So I like that part. Like they actually, there's bad eggs or whatever, but
somebody's always
the
gonna do something.
majority of San Diego, they're really conscious of like how, like of the earth and the environment and stuff, and I like that. LA, no, it's dirty. It looks like a big dirty Detroit, and it's a whole bunch of homeless people building forts and stuff on the
side.
Yes, it's terrible.
I've heard that. I guess if you're gonna be homeless somewhere, at least be where the temperature is.
I get it, but goodness, for people that's paying $3,000-$4,000 a month to live there, you don't want to look out your window and see homeless people. Like,
yeah, that's bit of
It's
a
not. It's not aesthetically pleasing.
yeah. I could understand how that would be. Um, be off putting a little bit. So so what I mean what drove you? Two part question. What drove you to San Diego, and then what made you come back?
Okay, those are two good questions. I I always wanted to go to San Diego since I was like 10. And I always told myself, I'm like, when I turn 18, I'm going to California. Like, I've always been very sure of myself and what I want to do in my life from a very young age. My dad used
Yeah.
to, well, not used to, my dad and my stepmom, they moved to San Diego after they got married. And so every year since I was like 10, 11, I got to travel back and forth, you know, like at least once a year. And I would usually go in the winter time when it's cold here,
Best
like
time to go.
that
Yeah.
Christmas break during school. So I'll go out
Yeah.
there for like 3 weeks and hang out. And I'm like, this is beautiful. This is where I should be.
Yeah, I remember. I think you did go out there at 18. I remember you just.
Well,
go.
I was supposed to move out there when I turned 18, but then I was diagnosed with cancer, and I had to like be on bed rest for months. So then it got pushed off, and I actually moved when I was 19.
Wow. Now you just slid that in there like you.
Oh, it's
you,
okay. I'm all
no,
good.
no, I mean, no, it's just we go.
We can go back to that.
We gonna come back. We gonna put a placeholder for that one because I wanna ask you something about that.
You want
too,
me to
so.
answer the other question? Why did I come back?
Yeah. That we go. That's why we got the placeholder for the cancer. We gonna come back that. But go ahead. And
Okay,
wrap up
that's
this.
how my
I'm curious.
conversations go. Like I can have like conversations and conversations.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna try to organize that.
Well, we won't try to organize it.
No?
Because I don't know. I call it the squirrel effect. It's a squirrel effect. You can start talking to you, it's the squirrel, then you kind of get distracted. So
Yeah,
but,
that's me.
But it's up here, so I'll always try to bring it back to it. And
Yeah.
don't worry, yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
I came back to Michigan like about a year ago or less because the main reason is because I was lonely. And I know that probably sounds so like lame, but I was going out there from I'll be 24 in like a 2 months or so.
Yeah.
And or less. And I was just, it was cool going to a whole different place and experiencing new things. But I was by myself. Like, I had a little bit of family there, but they're living their lives, doing their thing and stuff. I didn't have any friends out there.
Yeah.
So it was like, I didn't think about it before. I'm like, I'm starting over, like, completely. Like, everything. So, just 5 years of that. Like, I made friends, you know, but, you know, it's just different. So.
Okay.
I just missed home, missed my family and stuff. I felt like I have 4 little sisters. So 5 years, that's a long time. Like I feel like I missed a lot because they're all getting older.
Yeah, they're little like that. You missed it. Those are like lifetimes in those years. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So.
So now I'm just back I'll probably be here I'll probably leave this summer actually because I'm ready to go back to the warmth. But right now, I'm just enjoying spending time with my family and, like, making up, like, for, like, lost time. And while I'm here, I'm also on my money, you know, like, I'm in bartending school, so I get my bartending license soon. And that's good in all 50 states and casinos, so I could go back to Vegas. I worked in Vegas and lived out there, too, before I came here.
See, that's what you did enables you to move so much. See, you be 24 in a couple months. It's 6 years. San Diego. You've been very parts of California.
Vegas,
They say that, yeah,
San
Vegas.
Diego, yeah, different parts of California, then Vegas, and then here. And I've worked in Florida, Chicago, Atlanta, a lot of places.
A lot of different places. So we're gonna talk about the different places you worked in and stuff like that. But the thing is, when you move like that and you did it at such a young age, it's natural for you. It's understandable to, like you said, you miss family when you come back home because you are by yourself. But that's natural. But it's again, you leaving like this summer. A lot of people never leave.
Yeah.
They live and die in the same city, state.
Some people don't even want to go on a plane ever.
Yeah. So
Let alone leave their state or the country. Like LeBron James. He doesn't want to leave the country. I think that is insane. You have all this money and you don't want to leave America. It's crazy.
I think there's limits to everybody with stuff like that though. It's the same thing because you left and you will go somewhere else.
Yeah,
You will leave
because
country.
I feel like me having that experience traveling, so like, and at a young age, I feel like if you don't leave the place that you were born in, it's like, in comparison to the world, it's like never leaving your room in your house, and that's ridiculous. You have to leave at some point. You have to try. You got to experience. At least go to a different state or something. Go to the Virgin Islands. That's technically U.S. soil. You know.
But
so you don't need a passport for that. So, go to Puerto Rico. You don't need a passport for that either.
So some people get to that point where they say you can get set. And I'm playing devil's advocate on that because I get you and I agree. But there's some people say, I don't really want to. What am I do there? This is where I live. This is where I'm born. This is where everybody is. I mean, so the longer you say that, the easier it is for you to stay where you are. I get my point. I get at the point where you left at 18. I don't know the statistics on 18-year-olds that leave the state.
That early, yeah. But on their own and stuff.
I know that very few people leave and move to other states to live, like say born in one state and live in another one. They're very few. I think that's
scary.
40%.
It's scary.
It's scary and it's a risk to it.
Yeah, it's a big risk. It's but that's why careful planning and what's the other word? It's another I guess that's the same thing. But you got to plan. Like right now, I know now about how it is living on the West Coast. It's very expensive. So I need, my goal financially is to establish multiple streams of residual income. So, and I'm working on that. So like, and then, or just starting with just multiple streams of income, period. You have to. I don't care if you went to school for whatever. You need to have something else on the side. Even if it's something, you can work smarter, not harder. You can do something from home. It's jobs you can do online. Like I sell online advertisement, like for real estate people, doctors and stuff like that. Every now and then, like.
Now, how did you get something like that? Because people don't think about stuff like that. Residual income, yeah, but residual income, that's a significant thing because multiple streams of income to offset your cost of living, making money while you're not working. What drove you to look at alternate? Because I know I've seen other products, things you've been promoting online.
Oh, like when I went to school, beauty school in California to do aesthetics, the esthetician. I had to figure out what I wanted in life. I want to make a lot of money. I want to have a lot of money. I want to be wealthy and like mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that. I want to, I strive towards self-mastery all the time. But like as far as living, you can make a lot of money but not have any time. And that's the biggest thing. Sure. Like a lot of people that make a lot of money have no time, and it's just working smarter, not harder. You can still make that same amount of money as that other person or more. It's just what you do with your time. True. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go work at a 9 to 5, clock in. I'm not doing that. Like when I can put in those hours in my own business, or I can work from my couch and make the same amount of money or more. Like it doesn't make any sense. Or when I travel, I could be anywhere in the world, and if I have a laptop, I can still work and make money. Like for me personally, that works better for me and my lifestyle, because who wants to get up and clock in anywhere? Like nobody. I know you do it, but it's like
no.
Who wants to? Though?
No one wants to. But I'm curious. What got you to that mindset? What? Okay. How did you get from the point of? Because a lot of people say that like say things like I want to be rich, I want to have money, but what got you from this idea and this idea of how you want to live to this is how I'm gonna do it? Okay. Because that's a significant piece, because you can wake up and people can wake up in the morning and say, man, I need to make money. I want to do.
Right, but it's a process and trial and error and life experience and stuff like that. So I get the question. That's a smart question. Well, since from a very young age, I knew what I wanted. So I'm like, okay, to get the things that I want, I have to work. And to, the work, you got to make money or whatever. So my first job, I created myself. I was 12, and I started my own babysitters club. And I would babysit, and I made money. I was making decent money, and I was 12 years old. And then when my first real job, I was 15, and I wanted to work so bad. I was in high school, and I wanted to work. I'm like, I get out of school at 1 o'clock. I could be doing something productive. I could be making money. So I didn't want to wait till I was 16. So I did research, and I found out that there's certain jobs that you can get with at 15 with a work permit. So I looked for those and I applied, and the job that I ended up getting was at Comerica Park. I was a vendor selling peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I made like $3,000 that summer. It was crazy, and that gave me a taste of like making tips every day, and I got paid every week. So that was pretty cool. And after that, like I just was working, and I'm like, okay, so I got jobs that I was qualified for at that age, and I worked at Dairy Queen. 3 months later, I got promoted to a manager, and then like a few months later after that, a manager at a different Dairy Queen, well, the owner of a different Dairy Queen saw me working at a Dairy Queen, and we were packed and saw how I handled everything, and he offered me a job as store manager at another location. And I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I took it.
Did you ever set out to be an entrepreneur?
No, I didn't. I did not want to. That wasn't like my goal at first. Like I was going to school and working, but then I couldn't go to school all those hours and work as many hours as I needed to pay for the stuff that I needed to do. So I had to stop going to school, and I had to stop going to school. And then I got regular jobs. I worked at a plant, and I was a parapro, almost like a substitute teacher at middle school. I did that. And that was like horrifying. Middle school students are terrible. I ended up quitting before
how old were you?
I was 18.
That's why they were terrible.
I was like, these kids are terrible.
You were 18 in middle school.
They were they were bad. Working out of middle school, that was bad. So I ended up quitting that, and so after that, I met this girl. My car broke down on the freeway, and I almost like on 96 on the expressway, almost to Davidson, and it didn't even let me get over first. So it's semi trucks passing me, all of that. I thought I was gonna die, and this lady, she pulled over and she ended up helping me, and I wasn't even getting her car. I was like, "Do you have an iPhone charger?" And she was like, "Yes," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'll get in your car," because I wasn't getting her car if she didn't have an iPhone charger. My phone was dead. It's like,
So the iPhone charger was the deciding factor.
Yes, and then she took me to the gas station. I called my dad and tow truck and all that stuff. But in her car, she had all of these like flyers and posters of herself in this like she was wearing like a 2-piece. It was like very sexy, like army fatigue gear and stuff. And I'm like, what is this for?
So what have I gotten into? What kind of
and she that's how I was introduced to the strip club. And she told me about that, and I was like, oh well. That's cool, I guess, or whatever. And I didn't think much about it until like a couple weeks or months later. Yeah. And I went, and I was just chilling at the bar with my friends and stuff. We were having a good time, and these guys were getting like a bunch of singles, and they were like, this guy, he walked up to me and he was like, "I think you're beautiful. I see you're having fun with your friends." And he was getting singles from the bar, and when he got his money, he probably got like $2,000. He gave me like $400.
Just for sitting there.
Yes, and he was like, "Enjoy your night," and walked away. Didn't even try to get my number or anything. So at the time, I'm a person that has 2 regular jobs and stuff. I have my own apartment at 18 and everything, and I'm like, hold on. Then the light bulb just like went off. Then I started paying attention to my surroundings, and I'm like, I just $400 like right now, like that's like a week's pay at one job. So I was like, I might be able to do this, and it was terrifying, but
the first time
the first year.
It's a different environment, but here's what I'm hearing. You tell me wrong. So, tell me if you agree. So everything you've done, from the concession job to Dairy Queen, Parapro, everything you've done has been that of someone who is. What's the word I'm looking for?
Customer service or helping people?
No, not the service, but the mindset. So there's a certain mindset that people have who are quote unquote go-getters, who are aggressive in pursuing goals. Some of them do different things, whether they're athletes or they're lawyers or they own their own businesses. And I asked you a question about being in entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur, if that was the idea with you. You said no. What
that was not initially. Initially, no.
But what I hear that you did is you took the time you had and you use it to the best of your ability, and you
To get
want the
things.
outcome out of it. The things you want were some success, or more than what you had. You wanted to grow what you had before.
But I was willing to put in the work, whatever it was. If I had to work 2 or 3 jobs or whatever to live in this place and have this car or do, whatever I wanted to, I was willing to put in that work. And then entrepreneurship, it was like, I don't have to work that hard. Like, I just, 40 hours for that $400 that I could, you know what I'm saying?
It's simple math in that equation.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can cut that out. And
these are your first couple of years. These first few years of adulthood, really. I mean, you're really still 18, maybe 19 years old, where you go from a 40-hour job to two of them to $300 to $400 on the table. So you take that. The most significant thing you said out of all that, really, that I heard was that when you got out of school, you at 1 o'clock, you had all this time and you weren't doing anything with it. And you saw it, in my mind, you saw that as lost time.
Yeah.
Lost time is lost money.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I doing?
So that's interesting, because where you get to the point where you say that's how you get introduced to the stripping, that's still that's the mindset that you have there is one that's saying there's a dollar amount that's assessed to this, and everything you do, you've looked at it from that point of view. And I have friends that go into business and they think the same way. They look at their time and the time and the effort that they put into something. If the effort doesn't,
if it's worth it.
Right? If the effort doesn't map out, and the money doesn't match the effort, they turn it down. Because at the end of the day, the most valuable thing you have is time.
Yeah, you cannot get it back.
Yeah,
you can't get it back. I don't even like having conversations about nothing. I would rather just sit and enjoy the silence, because I get so frustrated. Like, don't waste my time. I don't like having just random dumb conversations. Like, don't text me a bunch of times, what you know, how are you, and I'm like, I'm fine. Like,
yeah. Yeah, those I can imagine you get a lot of them. You got a lot of those over the years.
But I will never regret dancing. I'm almost done with this, but I will never regret dancing, because I've met so many CEOs, millionaires, celebrities, athletes, like so many of those type of people, and I've gotten so much free advice from them, and that's also has helped me shape in my mind about how I think about money and my options available to me in this world and stuff. Like I'm next month I have a life insurance course that I was supposed to finish last year, but I'm finishing it this year. And life insurance, like, I know someone that's made $1 million off of that or whatever, and he like referred me that book, the 48 Laws of Power. I read it, and I just got it. That's just another thing that you can do in your own time and stuff, and that's a career. Like, you make money and stuff, and like, it's just, dancing has opened my eyes up to all the bigger possibilities that I can do in the world, and it's just I can do it faster with that type of income. Yeah,
and so and that's true. I'm looking at you right now. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I've seen some of the things you've done. And that's something I'm glad you say, because when a lot of people look at it and they hear everything you say, they say, "I'm dancing. That's how I got to dancing to stripping." They say.
Then the negative stigma on it. They think strippers are dumb, or can't get a job, or don't.
But the reality of it is, that's not true. It's not true. Every industry has people that are underqualified or just downright stupid. There are people in positions everywhere that aren't qualified for it. And to me, I look at it and say, if you have a plan and you're improving and going further in what you're doing, then that's the goal. The goal in life is, from a financial standpoint, because I have to go in life and be happy, comfortable.
Right.
But from a financial standpoint, is that you want to be comfortable financially. And it's easy for people to look at what other people are doing and criticize or critique it or judge it.
Because it's not easy. Everybody can't do it. Everybody with a cute face can't do it and, be successful in it. No. And I try to tell people that's just like girls that randomly say like, oh, I just turned 18, or like I just saw this girl make thousands of dollars on stage, so I'm going to be a dancer now. That's the same, that logic is the same as someone saying like, oh, it's a poker tournament in Vegas next month. I've never played poker before, but I heard that they could possibly win a bunch of money, so I'm gonna go. That's stupid.
It's ridiculous. It's like I mean, I have a pretty face, but I can't do it.
No, and then every dancer they're not just dancers. I know girls that are in the military that are dancers that dance. I know girls that are like just professional women. All
walks of life.
Own businesses, real estate, like it's crazy.
If there's one thing I've learned, the older I've gotten, I've realized that a lot of things that people say they don't do or wouldn't do, they do them. Mm-hmm. The difference is you may not know about it, or they may mask it or cover it up well enough. But the truth of the matter is, people are people, and there are very few things that I would be surprised at this point in life. If I heard somebody do it, I'm like, come on, don't. So I don't. Like I say, I don't want to. I wouldn't criticize somebody or critique somebody because first of all, I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. First of all, I'm not a woman, so I couldn't be a female stripper. So I don't know. I can imagine what the environment like. I've been in a strip club before, but I can't critique it because I say I don't know what's involved with it. I don't know what it's like from a dancer's perspective.
It takes a whole nother. It's like it's either you have it or you don't really. Like I guess you can learn if you're just really gun ho.
But you only be so good at it.
You you have to. It's a way of care. Like it's almost like acting. It is acting. It is acting. Yeah, acting. Like we have fake names, like we have stage names, and I don't even like to label myself as a stripper. I'm an entertainer because I entertain my clients. I entertain people in the club. Like, and it's entertaining. It's so many different ways to entertain somebody. It's a lot of times I get paid like $3 to $5 or more $100, just for conversation. Yeah, like I don't want to dance or nothing like that, or I don't feel like getting up and going to throw no money or nothing like that. You're awesome. You can just sit here. Here you go.
Yeah, because they buy your time and your company.
Yeah,
and it's really
we're like therapists. Oh my God, listening to everybody's life stories, and we just have to smile and be cute, and and it's a lot. It's emotion. It's physically, mentally, emotionally draining. When I get home, I'm like, I need a fat blunt and just silence. I don't want to hear no music. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to take a hot shower or a hot bath and just relax.
It's a drainer because it is a job.
Yeah, and it's energies transferring all day. You have to pick up these other people's energies. You're around all these people in the bar carrying whatever on their spirit, and you are exposed to it, and that alone is draining.
Yeah, I can imagine that being very exhausting. I mean, I
have to take mental health days. Mental health days, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. You mentioned that. I was thinking as you were saying that it being like they're like actors and it's really a performance job and entertainment job. It kind of how do some of the girls that you work with? Well, let me back up a little bit. So there are various platforms for entertainers.
Yeah, there's different types.
The different types. Yeah. There's some that do like Instagram models. There's some that do cam modeling.
There's some that are really big and like the physical part of it. So they even have it's like a lot of dancers like we do pole tricks and stuff like that. And it's like the aerial hoops and stuff. Some of those girls are really like circus people, like they're really like contortionists and some of them own pole studios.
Is that a specific?
Well, the super flexible people that put themselves in all those are contortionists. Yeah, but like the circus people, I know a lot of dancers and even retired dancers that are literally in the circus, and they have like events around the country and stuff like that, and around the world. Like it's like pole Olympics and like pole-a-thons, and those girls are amazing. It takes a lot of strength and like dedication to do a lot of those moves
and work.
I took so many pole classes. So many, because I was like amazed, and I felt less of a dancer to not do it. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well now I feel like my stage set is like kind of whack because it's only so many things that I can do. Yeah, till
you go up in the air. I was watching. I saw one girl. It's in China or Japanese, whatever. But I'm watching the workout, the things they do, the flipping contortion, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, how do you? The dedication. So it's almost
gymnast.
Well, no, she. I don't know how it varies from here to Japan or China, wherever they were, but they more look like geisha girls without the makeup. Mm-hmm. But I'm watching this workout regimen. They're like performers. They dress up and they go to events similar to what we do here, but the work ethic. So it's almost like there's a there's not a fine line, but there's a gray area. Like if you're a dancer versus a contortionist, there's a difference. It's almost a difference to how you're perceived by the audience. Like if you're like you said, if they're the circus stage performer, pole dancer, where
yeah, because they're all entertainers and they're all different types of entertainers and it's all entertainment. So yeah, that's the blanket. It's entertainment, and then there's adult entertainment and there's exotic entertainers. Do you get that?
I get it, but
adult entertainers, I guess strippers can be under adult entertainers, and like people that do like porn or like cam models or even just that's all in the adult industry too. But pole dancers, because strippers, pole dancers is different. Pole dancers are in the exotic entertainment. I would put under that category.
So you be a stripper without being without a pole dancer, because you don't have to really be.
Yes, you can be a stripper without being a pole dancer. You can be a pole dancer without being a stripper. You don't have to work in a club and to be a pole dancer. I know pole dancers and it's not just for strippers. It's people that own pole studios. It's a workout.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's a workout. Like it's a full body workout.
It's ridiculous.
At pole studios I went to, there have been men there.
Yeah.
And doing pole and doing like the silk wraps and stuff and the hoops and stuff, like
that is awesome.
Yeah,
that scares me, because it's a silk rope and like it's smooth and you're like twisted and rolling. What if you snag an arm and you break fall?
That's how you gotta learn. It's just like with the pole. Girls that climb all the way to the top and swing from the ceiling. One false move, like you can die. Like
you're like a chicken wing.
I only go up so far because I'm scared of heights. So I just go up I'll probably go up like 15 feet. So
yeah, 15 feet. Yeah, see, back in my day, I went up 20 feet.
Maybe 20.
I was 20. I had to be 5 feet.
Right. No. But yeah, you can be a pole dancer without ever stepping into the strip club and being a stripper.
Huh, that's interesting. I'm glad you explained that, because I'm asking. So there's no clarity for me. A lot of people don't know. Blanket it all together. Like you say, I'm a pole dancer.
And then a lot of people don't know that we have to have entertainment licenses. We have to have dancer licenses. We have to have business licenses with the state. At most clubs, we have to pay to work every night.
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard about that.
I am late to work, but it's okay. I don't like getting there on time all the time because I don't want to sit there twiddling my thumbs. But like tonight when I go to work, I got to pay like $100 to work.
So you pay $100 to the club, and then
I take home everything else that I make or whatever.
So you're like an independent contractor.
Yeah, we are independent contractors, and that's how we do our taxes.
Yeah.
So most dancers, smart ones, you have just a bank account just for your dancing expenses, or like a credit card dedicated just to that. Because a lot of clubs will let you pay with your credit card or your debit card or whatever, and then all of your expenses like dance clothes, shoes, all that stuff, that's expensive. Like dance shoes, the average pair of dance shoes is like $200. Outfits range from like $60 to $300-$400.
Depending on how elaborate, how invested we get into. Wow.
Hair, makeup, all that stuff is expensive. So you can write it all off, though.
They're all business expenses, but you're an entertainer.
Yeah.
Entertainers have outfits. You have to buy your own outfits, your stage.
You have to be a good conversationalist to be a successful entertainer. Like if you can't, a lot of customers, they complain about dancers because they're like, she's pretty, but it ain't nothing up there. Like no substance,
She can't talk to me. I can't talk to her.
Like,
get her out of my head.
Some girls don't. Some dancers, and I would put them under strippers. They're not gonna talk to you. Like, and that's most of like the black clubs or urban clubs. Like, they're not about to sit and have like a conversation with you. You can have dinner and stuff. I've worked at gentlemen's clubs where they had a luxury 5-star restaurant inside of the club, and you can sit like with your titties out and have like a 5-star steak and stuff with gentlemen, and get paid for it. Like, it's like. Or it's like clubs like in Atlanta and stuff that's like the booty bars. And, you just walk up, you want to dance? And you just and walk away.
I've been picturing talking with a T-bone steak sitting your titties out just like, hey, A1 sauce, don't put A1 sauce on the steak. Just
like at first it started with my boobs up, and then like it was like me and like 2 other girls and like their their clients, and we were all at one table. And one of the guys was like, "Do y'all have to wear those tops?" And I'm like, "No, we don't have to."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Keep it coming." And then he put it up. I'm like, "Oh, that's sufficient." And then
it's a tight. It's a double knot. It takes a little more to take it off.
Yeah.
So
you just have fun with it. People just want to have fun. They want to be. It's a fantasy. It's not real. Yeah.
What do you all think about? And when I say all, I mean like dancers and performers at your age group. Is there a big divide between, let's say, the older chick, who's been there for 10 years or 7 years, or just been? Well, figure how long she's been there. She's over 30.
Yeah, the vets.
She's still
working. The game.
Well, you call them vets.
We call them vets. Stripper vets. Like if you over 30 dancing, over 40 dancing. I've met some 50-year-olds dancers.
Oh my bad.
I think that is ridiculous. Like this is not a job to have forever. Even if you love what you do and stuff, because nothing wrong with it, but it still wears on your body. So it's not something to do forever. Athletes are not athletes forever. It's not. That's why you have to have a plan. They need to have a plan, because if you waste all your money as an athlete, what are you gonna do when you can't play ball no more?
You are done.
What if you get hurt and you hurt your ankle? You can't dance with that. Like I broke my hand last year and I had a cast. I still dance with that and still made money.
You dance with the cast.
I had a cast on my hand. A lot of customers didn't even notice. Like guys don't pay attention. And I matched it with my outfit.
We pay attention. My feelings are hurt. We pay attention.
A lot of people did not notice. Like when I got my cast off, I was like texting customers like, "I got my cast off," like, "Yay," or whatever. And they're like, "You had a cast?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. We do. I'll take that back. We don't pay attention.
No.
But yeah. So I mean, I think about like if you like you said when do you if you don't stop too soon, if you don't stop soon enough, are you kind of they feel like they're kind of stuck in like,
what are you doing? Because it doesn't make any sense. If you're making $500 to $1,000 a night, you can put up $50 a day, every day that you work, or put up, even if you put up $100 a week that you just don't touch, whatever, that can add up to invest into something. Like,
but I would assume that they're not doing that then.
No, some of them are not smart. That's just like people with any type of business. They're not, everybody don't make good business choices, and decisions. They might get into something that seems like it's supposed to be immediately lucrative, but people don't understand that nothing worth stuff happens that fast. You have to have a plan. You have to be diligent. You have to work your plan and stick to it. You can't just. It's like with real estate. Oh, I sold 3 houses, and then you just get lazy after that, and you're not working the phones every day, and Yeah.
You said you rested on your laurels.
Yeah, don't just be like, oh, I made $5,000 this week, and then you might not make no money for the next 3 weeks. And so you then went shopping and bought a bag, and now you can't even pay for food or gas. Like
you develop those habits from young though. See, this all kind of comes back full circle though.
I mean, if you don't work, you don't eat. It's like that.
But it's homeless. Yeah, that's true. But it's more than that though, because I mean, look at how you talked about your first few jobs. Your first few jobs were looking at, you were goal oriented. You said, I'm doing this because I want to do this. My time is valuable. I need to make my time make money. And you took that from smaller jobs. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. The mindset, the approach is still the same. And that's
why I don't get younger people like the 18, 19, 20. They act like they're helpless, and it's like, you are now of age to make shit happen. Like when I was 18, they told me I couldn't get my own apartment by myself. Yes, you can. Like, and I did. My first apartment was in Westland. I did. I got my first car by myself. That wasn't a good financial choice, but
but you at least made a choice.
It wasn't my first car. It was my second car, but it was the first car I financed, and that's why it wasn't a good choice, because I didn't have full coverage. And you remember like 2013 or something when we had that big flood and cars were like floating on the freeway and stuff.
Your car
my car got stuck, and no good deed goes unpunished. If I would have stayed home at the time, my apartment was on a hill. So everybody that stayed home up there, they were fine. But my friend asked me to take her to work. I'm like, oh, it's only three miles away. It wasn't even raining yet.
Yeah, that came out pretty fast.
On the way.
You were sitting right in the.
We stopped in like on a regular street, and like the water came all the way up to my windshield. Like it flooded my entire engine.
That's total. Yeah, that's
I'm like.
But yeah,
What
but
the heck?
you can look back at that.
And they're like, still pay the payments on it. I'm like, I'm 18. I have to still get me another car or something. Like, how can I still pay?
So what did you? How did you get out of that?
I didn't. I'm still paying for it. I'm still paying for it on my credit. And then after that, I started buying cars outright. So that was like a bad situation. But then I learned a new way of doing things, and I just started saving. I'm like, okay, I save $5,000-6,000, buy my car. That's mine. So
So you learn from that. See, it's good that you can admit that to yourself. Bad for that. See, my first car, I got it. I bought it, and I got my mom's co-signed for it. And I always, even when I talk to my kids or anybody else, I say that was the worst financial decision I ever made, because she offered me before that there was a car for $3,000. She said, "I'll buy it for you right now." No, it's $2,580. I'll buy it for you right now. I said, "Man, that car look crazy as hell. I'm not driving that shit." So I went and got the car. I wanted. I paid $8,000, but I couldn't pay for it. Then my insurance lapsed. Then I got into an accident. Then it got totaled. Then I'm stuck with that money.
And with $8,000, you could have bought you a better car,
but
outright.
But the thing was, I wasn't thinking at the time like that. So years later, after I struggled getting that car paid off, I learned. I said, I'm never doing that again like that. Not basically buying something I can't afford, because I really couldn't afford the car if I couldn't afford insurance. But so admitting that to yourself, that's the key. And part of success is admitting when you fuck up.
Yeah, and then because if you don't admit where you fucked up, then you don't know how to change it.
Yeah, or you just lie to yourself.
Yeah, if you lie to yourself and you don't, then you won't change it. You know, and then you can make the same mistake again, and you get stuck in this cycle, and you're not evolving, you're not growing. You need to have new problems, new situations and stuff. Like I've never had that problem again, but my next problem when I moved to California, I had a car. I actually did have a car note with that one. And but it was a salvage title. I had a 2012 Lincoln MKZ, and I love that car. I would probably get that again. That was only I haven't drove an American car since then, but I like that car.
That's a nice car.
It was really nice. I drove it all over the country. I got it with like 14,000 miles, but it was a salvage title. So I can't do nothing with it. You know, you can't sell it for the same. You can't even sell it for what it's worth with that. So my next car after that, I bought an Audi. And that's a clean title.
Yeah, I remember a little Audi.
And it's mine. And I love that car. My baby. And I just made a bad financial decision a few months ago with a BMW. I was so excited. It was a BMW 745. Nice.
Saw that BMW. When I saw it,
at the
baby shower,
baby birthday, yeah.
When I saw it, I said, because me in cars, I'm like, oh, cars, and I saw it, I said,
I shouldn't have got that model.
But because it was, but again,
doing your research, I should have did my research. Like,
experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but it's costly. It's costly.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, and I just blew the engine. Like my mechanic just called me today, and I just blew the engine. Yeah.
Should we say a little
because it
word
wasn't enough oil in it.
Well, that's not a bad car. That was just the oil. You gotta put oil in it.
But it was other dumb stuff that happened, and that car everything on that car was too expensive. Like my 5-view mirror got knocked off. It cost me $150 to replace that. Windshield wipers were $80. I'm like, it's $80 a piece. Like it's
a foreign car. It's a
BMW,
I
know.
7
but I've
Series.
had a Benz, and like I don't know. That just it is old.
Yeah, it is. They start going
2005. Like that's terrible.
But you won't. But you know what?
I'm about to get me a Jeep.
At least they have high resale value.
Yeah.
At least they retain a lot of value to them, depending on which one you get. But I mean, even still though, look, you're not even 25 years old. You're not even 24 really. You got a couple weeks. If the world blow up right now, you're 23.
That's true.
So everything you've done has been done in this small window, and you got all this knowledge to work off of, all this experience. So you've done, like I said, you've done more than a lot of people have done, and you've taken control of the things you've done. I moved out. I went to California. I came here. I went to Vegas. I moved around, worked out in different places. You did things that other people may want to do, didn't do. Different industries, same industry. It doesn't matter. So you got all this time ahead of you, to where that won't mess with you. You can you can get past that ain't shit. You get to be 30 years old. All the experience you have will have you at a point where you fine tune so much, and you'll see people that are 30 years old and they go through half a life experience, still fucking up to 35, 36 years old because they just don't know.
Yeah, you gotta just try new stuff. Like when I first moved, I guess that's probably an important part that I left out. When I first moved to California, I stopped dancing. I wanted to prove to myself that I always wanted to go to California. That was always a part of my goals, the plan and stuff before I even thought about dancing or even introduced to the strip club or anything. So I was like, no, when I move out there, I don't want to be a part of that environment no more. I'm going to prove to myself that with my brain, because I'm very smart, I can do this, normally. So as soon as I moved to California, I enrolled into school a week or two later because I had to brainstorm first. So I'm like, what career can I do that won't require a lot of schooling, because that's time, require a lot of time and money to invest in, but I will be able to work for myself if I want to and make the same or more money that I made as a dancer.
Okay.
So I went through, it's just service jobs really. So that's how I ended up going to beauty school for aesthetics, do facials, waxing, eyelash extensions, makeup. They make a lot of money. Just a day at a spa, that's about almost $1,000. Like, because facials run from like 100 to 500 or more. Just eyelash extensions are like $200 or more. Like, so if somebody gets a facial from you for like $250 or whatever and want eyelash extensions right after that, you just made $500. And if they like your facial, they're gonna get products from you because they're like, how can I upkeep this, until I come see you again and stuff like that. And those products are expensive too. So I did all my research on that and I was like, I like that. And then I thought it was a good balance between science and beauty for me because I was a science major before. So that was cool. And I went to school. It was like a 5-6 month program. I worked 3 jobs. I worked at different spas and stuff so I can be in the environment that I want to work in, because I believe in the law of attraction. So I immerse myself in the environment until I get licensed and can make the money that I want to make. And I did that, saved up, and I got my Audi. My dad he chipped in a couple thousand. But, I was, because he was proud of me. He was like, you did it. Like, he's like, you just turned 21, you got your license, you got a new car, you finished school, you doing all of this, and then I got me an apartment, a mile away from the ocean. It was cool. And I proved to myself that I could do it without dancing.
Yeah. So you set a goal for yourself, and you set a goal for yourself, and you that's pretty mature.
Yeah.
Because you could have taken the easy route and say, I've been dancing, I know what I can do here, I can do this, and then feather everything else in. You challenge yourself. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Because
I had an opportunity to. I got to stay with my dad for a few months when I first moved out there. And he has $1 million house on the edge of a mountain. And I have my whole wing of my own in my house and stuff. So, in the house. So, I'm like, well, while I'm here for a few months, I need to take advantage. I'm not paying all the bills that I would have to pay if I was living by myself and stuff like that. All I have to pay for is to get me to and from work and just study and, food, stuff like that. And that's it. So, I took it like that. I'm like, I've been paying bills. I have my own place and stuff, and that's hard. So I'm like, I'm gonna take advantage of this little cushion that I have right now, and use it to the best.
You're gonna take advantage of it, not waste it. You're not gonna.
I really got to connect with myself more as a person and as a woman. I was meditating, I was working out every day, eating very, very clean. It was a really good time in my life. And I was going through stuff, and I didn't go to the doctor I need you to put me on some meds or nothing like that. I just was like, no, you need to self-reflect. You need to sit down by yourself. You need to enjoy being by yourself. God, you're in this time for a reason. You need to just sit and chill. Sometimes you just need to sit down. People be doing too much. Just sit down, and then everything that you need, it will come to you.
Now, how long did you do that? How long were you with your dad in that period of your life?
I moved in January. I moved out into my own apartment, and that was with school, got my car and stuff that same year in August. And I was proud of myself because I thought that goal that I had set, I thought it was going to take me 2 years without dancing.
8 months.
Going to school, getting a good job with it, getting a new trade, saving. I thought it was going to take me 2 years, and I did it in 8 months. So
that's pretty good. Yeah. But you went out there with a goal, and you went with the expectation that you were going to succeed. See, the idea of taking on that challenge and not really looking at it and saying, if I don't, then I'm going to go back here. Because I haven't heard you once say, I thought about quitting.
Oh, not
I mean,
not really. No.
it probably got. I'm sure it got hard. It was challenging, but
Because I went from partying all the time and literally getting paid to have fun. So I going back to like, and that was like 2 years. So like, oh well, almost 2 years, like a year and a half. So going back to having to be responsible and stuff like that, it got boring sometimes. And I'm like, I just want to go do something. But then I'm like, I also had to remind myself, I'm like, you're not even 21 yet. So sit down, focus, just go work your 2 jobs, go to school. Like, you're not even 21 yet. So that's what really made me like, just cool it. Like, then you'll have more to celebrate when I turn 21 and I have the new trade, my license and stuff like that. So I'll just chill. Like,
how do you talk to your sisters as far as like with them, because you're the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
With them getting older, I mean, and growing up, I mean, what kind of advice
do I give them?
Do they ask you for advice, and then what kind of advice do you give them?
I just tell them stuff that I wish people would have told me. It's just like, I'm like, y'all are all very talented and very smart. So what you need to do is figure out what type of lifestyle you want to live and what you want to achieve in life, and then go back and figure out what you're good at, and what you like to do. And then further think about it in that category of what are you naturally good at. And if you can monetize those things that you are good at and like to do and want to learn more about and the stuff that you are naturally good at, that's what you need to do while you're in school. So like Maya, she's going to Wayne State in the fall. She wants to be a dermatologist. I'm like, that's all good and dandy and stuff. And mom and dad, that's usually what parents in our generation, they teach you up to then. They're like, okay, you got good grades, you got a college scholarship, you're gonna go to college, all right, I'm done. No, you need to, while you're in school, you need to utilize your other skills and monetize them, because then you don't have to work a bunch of jobs while you're in college, because college students are broke.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. I'm like, mom and dad don't have a fund for us. Yeah, like, no money tree to you're gonna be broke. So I'm like, instead of working 9 to 5s and stuff like that, when you're going into a difficult field or whatever, you can just, like, she's naturally good at doing hair and makeup and stuff. I'm like, you can charge like $100 a hairstyle or whatever. Do 5 girls' heads a week. You making $500 a week tax free while you're in school. So all your friends like, oh, I gotta go to work. You choose when you go to work. Like, that's what's smart. You need to have something else while you're. In the meantime, like, what are you going to do in the meantime until you become a dermatologist? That's going to take you like 8 years. What are you going to do in the meantime? You're going to be broke until you become a dermatologist? Yeah. And you're in debt? You're going to be broke until then? Like, no, you don't want to live life like that. That's miserable. Yeah. Then you waste your whole 20s.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that, because it's true. I know when I was going to school, that was kind of touching on the point of mom and dad, you go to college, you're good. That was a big point in most of our households, my friends, myself included. You go to school, graduate, get good grades. You go to college, get a good job. Boom.
That's just one step.
The problem that creates is it doesn't offer you the ability to explore creativity. See, this is one of my favorite things to watch right now. I like seeing people your age, your generation, your age group, and younger grow up, and how they interact with the world, and more importantly, how they question the world. Like, this thing of why. Like, people your age and younger ask the question why. Like, when I was a kid, you asked your parents, well, why? Because I said so, damn it. You do it. Kids now, they ask the question why. And I think it's awesome, because as a parent, I say that parents don't have all the answers, and a lot of times when we say things, it's okay to ask why, because if you ask the question why, they may have an answer, but if they don't, that lets you know they don't know. I'm gonna find out. And when you start questioning things, you realize the way that you are told to do things most times is because your parents told the same thing. My father was probably told the same thing by his father, and so forth and so on. But it's good to look at it and say, hey, you want to go to school for dermatology? That's great, but you also look at other skills you have, because if you waste those skills, you lose them. If you don't use them, you lose them, and it benefits you, because one day you may lose your job. These days of time, there's no such thing as working for a company for 30 years and then retirement, 20 years.
And then
you got to be
you keep your not your ego. I don't want to say integrity. Your
you
like you don't feel like
yeah.
you're a slave to a job. When you finally get that job that you went to school for and all of that, you don't feel like, okay, if I lose my job or if this company goes under or whatever, I'm fucked. Like you don't have that when you have a certain level of financial freedom.
You
You
have
move
independent
differently.
control.
You handle situations differently. You let people you allow people to talk to you a certain way. Like
Yeah.
you don't allow people to talk to you just any type of way. You're more confident in your life and your being and yourself and your self-worth.
You give up a little bit of control. The way I think it should be is that if a job hires you, it should be an equal partnership, because there's no difference when you are an independent contractor as you work right now when you're dancing. There's no difference. They look at you. You come and say, "This is what I can do. This is what I can earn." All right, boom, we got a deal. When I go to work, it should be okay. We want you here. All right, well, I'll be here, but this is the deal we have. And I work here for 2 years. I work here for 3 years, whatever. But if I don't get this from you, I'll leave. Yeah. Really, you could do that, but the way it's presented is that it's presented in such a way where I hope I get this job. I hope they don't fire anybody. When you sit there, I hope they're not doing layoffs. Oh my goodness, they're laying off people. What am I going to do? When you say, what am I going to do?
And you can already already have that already figured out. You don't ever have to worry about what am I going to do, because you are confident in your skills and know that you can monetize them, even if you don't always use them. You know, if you can at least prove to yourself that you are good enough at whatever it is and you can monetize it at any time that you want to, then you should.
Then you should, yeah. And I'm glad to hear that. Every time I talk to somebody in your age group, I like hearing that. I like hearing that, because it shows that
it's 4-year-olds on YouTube making money.
And I'm sick about it. I wish
playing
YouTube was
with
around.
toys.
I wish YouTube was around when I was a kid.
I told my sister to make a
YouTube
channel for Brindley.
That's crazy. That's why we're here. But
right, I wish I would have made a YouTube channel years ago and actually was, using it.
But the thing it's
everybody didn't see the value in social media as far as business right away. Even when social media first came out, people catch on to it.
But that's the thing with technology now. It moves faster than the time. The public, the people drive what's important, what's success, what's wanted. They don't. It's not dictated by the media. The media marketing tells you what people want now. Before it was the other way around. They would sell you this, buy this car, buy these sneakers. Now, people sell stuff. Like, it could be like somebody wearing a sweater or a hat that's custom. They make it. Now people buying that. All of a sudden, now we're going to market your product. It's the power. There's more power in your hands. But you're right. Social media, the power that social media has was... You
have
see
access
this.
to everything now, like even like those top brands and stuff, like like Gucci and all of that. Like people that probably have the money for it or will be interested in it or could like aspire to get it or whatever. They didn't have the access to see what they even were doing. Like you only could see certain things maybe on TV or your favorite celebrity or something
catalog
like that.
Came out.
Yeah, but everybody didn't even couldn't get the like you gotta pay for that. That's a monthly subscription.
It's
but not online. It's free. You could just go to their website or go to their page and see what's the new trends and whatever, or find what's trending on the expensive side and make another outfit that's very similar.
Yeah, the playing field has been leveled. It's happening across the board. It's
millionaires popping up all over, everywhere, all the time.
And it's like now. I remember. Watching movies when I was a kid where like a guy would show up. He's a millionaire. He made $1 million. It was a big deal. And now like $1 million is like, that's $1 million, but it's really $600,000 after taxes. And you got to keep making it, otherwise you're gonna go broke. So people are making more money now. There are more millionaires. The internet in and of itself has made more millionaires. It's also empowered more people to make more money. Even if you're not making $1 million, if you're making an extra $2,000 a month, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you didn't have that power 20 years ago. 10 years ago, you did. If you worked your job or you had a side hustle. If your side hustle didn't pop off, you didn't get the finance to go nationwide, you were just local. Now, you can sit in your house, put out some sweaters.
International.
You can make an album in your basement and sell 1 million copies out your house. You don't need a record deal.
That's why so many independent artists are like, it's their time,
I think it's everybody's time.
Everybody's time. And,
It,
I don't want to make that statement because we are running out of time because that's a whole nother conversation.
we could always do a part two. We gotta do a part two. We are running up on time. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to eat too much of your time because you are a busy person, as we've all heard. If you're not busy today, you'll be busy tomorrow. So let's go ahead and wrap it up right now. We'll save everything up for next time.
We should do a part 2.
We can always do a part 2.
That would be cool.
There's plenty of space on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube enjoys us.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, I want to thank you for coming by, Eboni. It's been a pleasure. It's fun talking to you.
Yes.
I enjoyed this. I learned so much about you. I learned so much more about you, and I have been educated. Pole dancers, contortionists, all that. I learned a lot.
Entertainment.
Yeah, I've learned about your drive, what motivates you, and it's really been, it's really been something that's really satisfying to hear. I'm really happy to hear about you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
I hope you all have enjoyed this as well. As always, we're going to put any information down that you have at IG, any products you have going on. We're going to definitely put that in the comments. Make sure you like the video if you so choose to. I know you do. And subscribe. Make sure you also hit the bell so you're notified of all posts and updates because you don't want to miss nothing. All right. Thanks again for sticking with us. This has been the Graygrie Show. And until next time, be good.